are reports coming out that Mr. Zelensky has reportedly claimed that Mr. Putin will one day be assassinated by his own inner circle. Lines like, there will definitely be a moment when the fragility of Putin's regime will be felt inside the Russian state, and then the predators will devour a predator. They will find a reason to kill a killer. That's something that he said to the Times. I think Mr. Putin does come across as overconfident. He is determined. He is assured of himself. But he's also clearly frightened. Hence, he uses a train rather than a plane and so on, and he secures himself in a sort of bunker. And he has a bunker mentality whereby anybody who goes to see him must isolate for so many days in advance and so on. But there's something else, and something much more interesting from my point of view. If you analyse that speech that he gave the other day, the hour and a half speech, the nearly 2 hour long speech, the first half hour was all about how awful the West is. How awful. It was quite aggressive in its tone. The rhetoric was quite sharp. And it was also funny. Extraordinarily funny. And the second half of the speech, the greater part of the speech, was all about the domestic opportunities that still exist in modern Russia, and that elections will go ahead as planned, and effectively nothing will change. There was no middle part. There was no part where Putin actually addressed the issue of how he planned to challenge this West, this NATO aggression that he identified. That bit was missing. There was no attempt to reconcile the optimism about Russia's future with the pessimism about the horrible West. And that the absence of that middle bit gives the impression of a sort of schizophrenic, sort of disjointed vision. And I think that probably sums up Mr. Putin rather well. I think Putin is struggling to find a way out. I think Putin is flirting absolutely with the evil of dictatorship and absolute power. But at the same time, I think he is somebody that we have been able to talk to in the past. He is somebody who can be approached, and he probably is the best of the bunch. Should there come a point where he is assassinated or surrenders to whatever illness the rumour mill suggests he's got, the next president may be significantly harder to unravel and to deal with. I think Putin is still the best bet for ending the conflict that he started in Ukraine. And I think it's really important that we remember Putin's objective was to secure his election victory, which is in no doubt, but to give his election the stamp of authenticity.